Hello. Christ almighty, let's hope it doesn't crash again. That's so annoying. Hello.
Oh no! A freeze
ray.
Operation Breakthrough.
Here's hoping it doesn't crash again. That's very annoying. The CPU doesn't need a software update, correct? I don't think it does. What I need to update is my GPU, my BIOS, anything else. I guess do a clean install of FF14. Is there anything else software-wise I need to update? Begrudgingly, I have to look to see if I've missed any Windows update.
I wonder if you can keep up.
Some speed. It's as if there's a pack of him.
A physical cleaning. Yeah, maybe. Reseat RAM. Do all that. The thing is, the problem is, and yeah, I'm gonna do all that, but only FF14 has this problem. Is this a thing where if only one game has this constant crashing problem? Is that really a you gotta clean your computer route? I'm still gonna do it, don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't know. I got flipped. Because my other games don't crash nearly as much as this game. Force bad software is certainly a trend these days. Speaking of like bad software, man, that first Google search always sucks, doesn't it? There's already a, I think A-List has already posted a picture of, is it A-List? I'm not sure if A-List has done it, but like, there's a tweet of somebody putting in how to cook pasta with gasoline, and the AI will just give an answer to cook pasta with gasoline, and as a ingredient, not something you for heat, as an ingredient it uses gasoline. So that's pretty funny. In some ways, it's pretty entertaining how the top result is just the wrong answer every time. And even if it's not the wrong answer, you can't trust it. I can never trust what the first search result is anymore, which is very annoying. Because it could be wrong, it could be right. That's the problem with AI search results, man. That internet theory is canon. The majority of the internet content and traffic is automated. You say it's canon? Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. A lot of Twitter is bots anyway. Not really DRs. Not really any difference. We have to thank Elon Musk for the amount of bots on Twitter right now.
Still use stats.
Any failings of Twitter is the fault of Elon Musk.
The Earth is mine to command.
DPS are stacking
Pack
next.
of wolves.
Push the Kermit. Push the gold. I'd love that we can just blame Elon Musk for everything. That's such a good feeling. The community node system though? Maybe.
Try this.
Nah, yeah, you're right. The community node system can be pretty funny. Hold on. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Get ready to move the 2. Now. Know where you're going after this? Move. Out. Did I get damage down there?
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger. They're back on their feet. Let's see if they can stay standing.
Channel that for a bit. Oh, okay. Replies with this.
The challenger rises again. Can they turn this around?
Whew. We just need some prog.
No, I will not lose. I need more power. Fenrir's unbound might.
Nice Lupus Rex feet there. The feet there are exactly like Gundam Lupus Rex. Barbatos Lupus Rex feet.
Egads, the rings be destroyed and they've fallen below.
No matter what becomes of my body, defeat is not an option.
They've moved to floating death traps. How will they fight with so little room?
Now I fight with everything I have. Prepare yourself.
Hunger.
There's no escape.
Dodge beams. Tank Buster.
Will you be able to stay on your feet?
Everyone south.
I will rent all
Left.
asunder.
And out. Respect the out. Hunger. Dodge the beams. Light party stack. Tom Raptus. Everyone south. Move.
Nowhere to stand.
Tank mechanic. I got the Voke. To your power pairs.
Dodge this if you can. The power of wind unleashed.
Challenger's down! Is this the end?
Man, people over there are really slow, huh? You could have maybe fixed it if you had already TP'd, the melee could TP to you and take it off. But yeah. I think, yeah, maybe, I guess to be safe, just stand above the teleporter. And yeah, because the people baiting should be like right up, way closer to the boss. Yeah.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the Challenger defeat them in his own lair?
I climb the ring.
Speed, it's as if there's a
This
tug
is
of
me. This is who I am meant to be. They're my claws. They're my fangs. My heart's. Ah. Man, I don't remember the lyrics anymore. I'm too focused on actually beating this raid.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
CPU reseeding is not a thing, right? I'm not crazy there.
The wind answers my call.
I can't imagine that being a thing. Is that something you think I should do, or is it? I guess if I'm cleaning the computer, may as well, right? Oh crap. My repauser was a little late. Only if you need to repaste it? I don't think I need to. Oh, that's fine.
Must have heard, but they're not out of the fight yet.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
I'm too busy talking about that for whatever reason that I forgot to call for the vote.
Colossal thing come from.
Fly true.
I haven't heard of anybody reseeding CPU, so I probably won't do that. Reseeding RAM is a thing though.
Not bad. Not bad. But we've
And I'll have to... I got some hard drives I will probably have to organize. What? BRs. Excuse me.
Still you stand. How delightful.
I think I'll use my airbrush to blow away dust. Is that a good idea? I mean, people use compressed air anyway. Supports are stacking next, near 2. Push the Kermit. Dodge. Dodge a gold. Font. Yeah. Because of their potential moisture, you're probably right.
Try this.
4 and 1. Get ready to move to 1. Now. Yep. Move. Out.
No, I will not lose. I need more power. Fenrir's unbound might.
That's why you don't use an air compressor to clean electronics. I got a couple of brushes I can use. It's not a really big deal. I wasn't really gonna use an airbrush, but yeah. That is a good point actually. You're not supposed to use the air compressor to begin with. That's right. I forgot entirely about that. So, but I have seen people do it.
There's not an option.
They moved to floating jet subs. How would they fight with so little room?
Now I fight with everything I have. Prepare yourself.
Conga.
There's no escape.
Dodge the beams. Tank Buster.
Will you be able to stay on your feet?
One south.
I will rent all
Left
the thunder.
and out. Respect the out. Conga. Dodger beams. Light party stack. Everyone south.
You'll
Move.
have nowhere to stand.
Tank mechanic. I got the Voke. Tower pairs.
Dodge this if you can. The power of wit unleashed.
No, that was too much for the Challenger.
Prepare to move south. It's not a big deal. I think.
You cannot escape from the wolf.
Okay. Don't do that. This is out. Out. Respect the out. In. Donut. This is sides. In. Light party stack.
They're back on their feet. Let's see if they can stay standing. The Challenger rises again. Can they turn this around?
Tank buster's incoming. Enmity.
Is this the end?
Nah, I didn't work because I was dead. This is tanks northwest and DPS southeast. This is the thing. And that's it. That's it for this raid. It's possible. So we got the Lone Wolf Lament. And is it that order? Hold on, I need to check if that's the... Heroes below is the cleave. Okay, time for the best gold saucer minigame of all time. Wait, now that I think about it, hold on a second. Isn't there there's a gold saucer event going on? Let me see, news. Make it rain campaign. Okay, hold on a second. Where do I have to go for this? No, not there. We gotta do this event first. Oh, a new job class? It's a new job class here? Oh, I don't give a crap. Who cares about the new job class? Is this the person? Is it even... Oh, it's not even ready yet. It's not, the season isn't ready yet. Okay, never mind. Well, the best gold saucer minigame of all time. It's not triple triad. It's not doing all the jumping stuff. It's this. This should give you MGP, honestly, if you win against AI like this. There's a reason why people use this as an official Mahjong client. There's a reason why
when
people
fights
just...
get hot, I may undress.
How nice it would be. Oh well, not at all romantic.
Yeah. People do legit use this as a way to play Mahjong against other people. They'll create an FF14 account just to play Mahjong. There apparently are people like that. So yeah, that's pretty incredible. Considering it's a... No, it's not a subscription because of the free trial to play the critically acclaimed Heaven's Ward. Now up to Stormblood even. You don't even have to pay money for Mahjong. What is this hand, by the way? This hand seems garbo. I should have not discarded that. Oh wait, no, discarding that was fine, actually. What the heck am I going for here?
Together, we shall overcome the odds.
Oh. I'm not aiming for a trip, I'm aiming for a 4-man. Which someone already discarded. No. got one of the Dora tiles.
Thyself to the dance of the stars.
I can't get this 4.
Amidst great chaos.
It's a 3. Give me that 4!
Yet be grasped. No, the stars favor us.
Was that the last tile? No, it wasn't. Vici. That's about it. Oh, I got Dora. Ura Dora, that's hype.
Take a sure step
Just win, as usual. Oh yeah, you mentioned that you got Cyber Sleuth for 90% off. That's right. How much is it for 90% off? It's gotta be like a ludicrous price right now, right? Oh, Yggdra Union is on sale, but it's $30. $29. Did I wishlist Cyber Sleuth? Excuse me. I did not. $6.49. Damn. That's for both games? Damn, that's really good. $6.49. That's an insane price. That's pretty insane. What else is on sale? Oh, Steam Creature Collector Fest. That's why it's on sale. Yggdra Union counts as a monster collecting? Toho Genso Mahjong, 36.75. Man, Genso Mahjong for $36, and Cyber Sleuth is just next to the corner. It's right up there to the corner, and it's way cheaper. RIP. Ooh, Labyrinth of the Demon King is out. I guess I'll hold on that. Yggdra Union is 30% off. Nothing else is really on sale. It's just creature collecting. Okay, what do I have here? Maybe not such a smart white dragon discard, but it's fine. I still have my glasses, which is pretty fun. Ooh, 7. 4, 5, 6, 5, 7. We got another 6, that's pretty cool. Cyber Sleuth should have a Mahjong minigame. In fact, most games should have a Mahjong minigame.
How best to contend with this threat?
I think Yakuza locks some achievements behind Mahjong, their Mahjong minigame, which is pretty funny. Force people to play Mahjong if they want to 100% it.
Let us accept the vicissitudes of fortune. Mayhap the stars.
Damn, that was
will
with
favor our
Sumo as
next
well.
hand.
Oh, kept dealership as well. Of course he did. Do that. Come to think of it, can't. Nah, never mind. That. Oof. Excuse me. I don't think I want to pun that. I think this is this hand's really boring. I'm yawning at how boring this hand is. Why did I do that? I kind of discovered that without really thinking. That might be my undoing.
How best to contend with this threat?
Yeah, I don't know what this hand was. That's pretty bad. What? Tonberry's still the dealer? I don't know. I don't know. What is its hand now? I got a door tile. That's cool, I guess. I guess that's cool. Getting a 1, that's cool. We get a 2. Or even a 4 to get a decent weight. I'll get rid of that. I think I remember when I was in Japan, I went to the Nakano Broadway, but I don't remember. I don't think I took any. No, I don't know if I did. The reason why I brought up Nakano Broadway is that that is where Cyber Sleuth takes place, right? At least the first game. I'm not sure about the sequel. But the first game does take place in the Nakano Broadway. I'm just trying to remember if I've been there. I feel like I have, but only the outside and not in any of the buildings. Because there's like there's a mall in there that... No, I think I have. I think I have. Now that I remember. Yeah, I remember being in some mall in the Nakano Broadway, and it was quite confusing to navigate. Yeah, it rings a bell now. I remember being confused about where to go. I was kind of lost. Stuff did not really make sense. Now I remember. Which is apparently, that's just how it's supposed to be. That's just the design philosophy behind Dragon Quest dungeon design is the Nakano Broadway, apparently. Which is pretty funny. If you want to make a dungeon area, just emulate one of the floor layouts of your mall. Last thing about the PC version is it easy to revert the changes made to the international version. Oh, what kind of changes? What kind of changes did they do for the international version?
How best to contend with this threat?
Man, you know how awesome even more awesome Cyber would be if I had like a timer mechanic where it would just like tell you, it's basically like a chapter system for your story, and you could also see the timer of when people are going to die above their heads. Wouldn't that be cool? And you have to like you have like the power to see the future thanks to the weird app on your phone. I feel like I should have pawned a lot of these, but System 1 Noir instead of CL and Tower Records name. They changed the Tower Records name, but Tower Records is a... Oh, it's because it's a real franchise that they change it, but... Yeah, okay. Ooh, crap. Who the heck is System 1 Noir? System 1 Noir. Why did they censor this Digimon? Is it a Digimon? It is a Digimon. Why did they censor this one? Or change it? No, yeah, because of copyright. Okay, I figured. And they changed Noah because none with a gun, I guess. Yeah, even I don't get it. Like, okay. it's just a humanoid person using guns. Like, okay. There's plenty of media that have nuns using guns. I say plenty, but I can't think of one right now. I mean, I can think of Black Lagoon, but that's an anime. And okay, I can't really think of any. I should have pawned all the stuff, but by renaming a file, that's really funny. All you have to do is rename a file. That's pretty good. Cool.
Should be our fate.
And it's a Tonberry who won as well.
Mayhap the stars will favor our next.
Look how much money he got just because of the pool. I may be playing a lot of Mahjong here. But I'm not getting the sense I'm any better at playing Mahjong because I'm still, whenever a Ricci happens, I'm surprised by it. So I'm still quite a noob when it comes to the Mahjong, loop, I guess. It's actually a really good way of doing it, both on the development and consumer side. Did the devs themselves tell you how to change the file, how to undo the changes, or did you have to like look up a Steam forum or whatever, look elsewhere to change it, to rename a file? It's probably not something the devs would want to advertise, but they're fine with making it easy, I guess. Already translated the game before having to make alterations. So may simplify the delta over what was already there. It's good for players specific on PC. Yeah, sure. I guess it wouldn't be something the devs or the publisher would want to advertise that you can do, to be fair. as cool as it is to just be able to make that change. I almost feel like don't Eroga and porn games do that? Like there's some games that will be heavily censored, but if you want the uncensored version, you just do another rename. You do a rename on the file. I'm pretty sure some Eroga or porn games do that. That or you have to download the patch. I'm sure it's also... Yeah, I'm sure you just download the patch. Not that I would know anything about that. I wonder when I'm ever gonna play an Eroga in my life. I can't imagine a situation where I would ever want to do that, I'll be honest. Maybe this is me being too dismissive of the genre, but I don't know. It has to be really good, I guess. But even if it's really good, I don't know. Because usually they sell an all ages version and provide a patch on their website. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel like I'm strangely dismissive of Eroga. Heard of Katawa Shoujo? Yeah, I've heard of that. I've heard of Song of Saya by now. I've heard of Fate Stay Night. Everyone loves that. Well, is it just called Fate Stay? Whatever it's called. Muv-Luv. I've heard good things about Muv-Luv, and I am a mech fan. But I don't know. Like, I've heard of all these other Eroga / visual novels, and I don't know. I don't feel the desire to play them. But then I don't have the desire to play many visual novels to begin with. So I don't think it's an Eroga problem, but more of a visual novel problem. Okay. Are you kidding me? I wasn't paying attention to the discards at all. Last tile claimed.
We would do well to review our strategy.
Mobage and Eroga is probably the two genres I'm way too dismissive on, I think. I don't know why I say Mobage and I say Eroga, and I have two pronunciations of this exact same last syllable, but I say them differently depending on the prefix for whatever reason. I don't know why I do that. I don't know why, but Mobage doesn't sound right to me. I can't explain why. I think it's because I associate MOBA with, well, MOBAs, and I have made the confusion before. The first time I encountered the word MOBA, Mobage, or Mobage, I thought it was a MOBA genre. I thought they were talking about MOBAs, but they were talking about mobile games. So, yeah, I guess that's why I do that. Give it to the dragon, I guess. A lot of the older VNs are Eroga because they wouldn't sell otherwise back in the day. Yeah. That's, yeah. I can see that. I don't like this 1, 2, 3. I'll throw it away. There's a reason why the adult scenes in Tsukihime are comedy. I have heard that they're terribly written, which sounds incredibly funny. That would be just really funny to read, I imagine. Just the experience. Isn't that the same in the Fate series as well? I've heard the Fate sex scenes are badly written as well. The prose is so bad. Is it? So the usually in visual novels, the prose is what I have the biggest issue with, but I can't tell if it's a localization thing or it's just how it's written. I want to say it's just how it's written, because in the case of Yumi Neko, sometimes the prose is really bad, especially in the first episode. But sometimes it's really good too, so it's weird because the prose in Yumi Neko is both good and bad, because there are good and bad parts to the story, basically. So I couldn't really tell if it's a localization thing or it's just the way it's written. And maybe I'm just like extrapolating too much from this visual novel to other visual novels, but if people say Yumi Neko is like the best written, and I already don't think that Yumi Neko's writing is that great, what does that say about the other visual novels? And by writing, I mean specifically the prose. Vast majority of cases is the localization. That could be true, but I think in the case of some of the Yumi Neko localizations, they make, between the same localizations, they make the same problems as the other versions. So yeah, you're probably right, but it's also sometimes depending on how it's written. But I guess that's specifically in the case of Yumi Neko. Yumi Neko is more unique in that case, where Ryukishi's writing style is more specific than... It's usually a lot more specific than even other novels would like to go into. Because what I mean by that is that usually Ryukishi goes into... especially in the first episode, they go into like properties and like a lot of finance stuff. A lot of finance stuff, which is pretty... I feel like it's pretty accurate. I don't want to con that. And Ryukishi likes to go into detail into that sort of stuff. So I don't know. He's also very he wants to make sure that the reader's on the same page as he is when he's writing this certain section. So he will just he will be really repetitive in the writing to make sure the player understands what's going on. And it comes at the cost of being a little tiresome to read.
How best to contend with this threat?
In the case of Tsukihime, another point, like that repetition, I don't think the localizations of Yumi Neko have changed that aspect too much at all, really. They kept most things the same in that regard. So only in Yumi Neko's case, and I fully acknowledge this must be a Yumi Neko specific thing, I don't think it's just the localization as well. It has to be the writer as well. But again, it's Yumi Neko. In the case of Tsukihime, the writer didn't write any of the adult scenes, which is why they end up the memes are there. Oh, yeah, that would certainly explain that. What's the is it Tsukihime that has the funny character sprite randomizer version on Steam? I remember one of the visual novels, I think it was Tsukihime, randomizes the character sprites that appear on the screen and also the events as well. And it was the official Steam version that came out, I want to say last year. Like, it came out really recently on Steam officially, and it was just randomized everything, which is really funny. And there's actually like a mod, 'cause right now it's fixed, but there's a mod to go back to that version and play the randomized version, which is pretty fun. You only actually know Tsuki memes. I have not. Tsuki's on Steam. I don't know if it's Tsukihime. It was one of the visual novels, but I can't remember what it was. I think it might have been Fate rather than Tsukihime. It probably was Fate's Day Night. Okay. Give it that.
Let us accept
Damn.
the vicissitudes of fortune.
Yeah, I also don't know anything about Tsukihime. I'm a Neko Arc fan. You see what's happening on the stream right now? If I have that thing on my stream, do you think I'm actually a Tsuki fan as well? You think I know anything about Tsukihime or Melty Blood? No, obviously I don't. And I'm proud of it as well. I'm proud of having no Tsukihime knowledge or Melty Blood knowledge. I guess, yeah, these wind tiles are pretty bad. But yeah, I don't know what would increase my desire to play those type of games. Because I feel like if I it's almost like if I start to read a novel, I have to knowingly invest. I have to be dedicated towards investing time in it, I guess. I don't think that makes any sense. Like, if I go into a visual novel, I have to be really into it for me to want to continue reading. So, for example, Great Ace Attorney, I still need to play that. I want to play that. I really like Phoenix Wright, and I want to play that. So I would... When I play Phoenix Wright, I would usually be a lot more focused on reading stuff and trying to pay attention to details. More so than any game, I think, right? So, like, even in RPGs, people will just say stuff and it will just go right through my head. Like, go through one ear hole to the next. Like, I won't pay that much attention. I'll pay some, right? But I'll read it and I'll just be like, okay, yeah, whatever. But if it's a visual novel, I think this is also to do with me priming myself on depending on what the genre of the game is. If I willingly go into a visual novel, that means I'm paying full attention to what's being said on the screen. So it's kind of like I have to really pay attention more so than other genres, in my opinion. I don't know if I don't think it makes much sense, and I don't think other people would be able to understand that. I barely understand it myself, but that's just how I feel. If I start to read Fate Stay Night, then I would have to really read it. Like I would want to have to pay attention to everything. And I really don't think that Fate Stay... Okay, this is where the dismissive part comes in. I don't think Fate Stay Night is that good for that kind of attention. But maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'd have to read it and find out. But then this starts like the circular loop of, I think it's bad, I should read it in order to find out if it's bad, but I don't want to read it. Like, it's very circular reasoning. Have too many people on your Steam friends who consume such games, and they inevitably end up on your feed. Yeah, you're okay with because it's feed comedy. Oh, the the writing, they sometimes show up on the feed. Yeah, okay, I get it. Cause I guess, yeah, so I'm trying to understand what my viewpoint is. Visual novels are usually I kind of read with a lot more scrutiny than other genres because, well, it's a novel, and I tend to read novels with a lot of scrutiny to begin with, which I think comes from just reading a lot of books in high school and analyzing them. I think that's just why I feel that way. This is really bad. This is a really bad hand.
For a blessing,
Okay.
been spared the worst.
More like export played with insert ridiculous game here. Game title here, yeah. But yeah, part of it is whatever genre I play, I pride myself to be prepared for that genre. So so stuff like I wasn't expecting Xenogears to be that heavy on dialogue and cutscenes, which is why I was a little off-put by that. And I wasn't expecting Stranger of Sword City to be such a trash game, but I guess that's just how it is. Sometimes, even if I prime myself for a game, I will not be ready for what's to come. Like you always said, you prime yourself to get ready for a Tales-like experience with Tales of Arise, and it turns out it's just bad. That often happens. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but yeah, I should. It's a good idea to expand my horizons and just consume a visual novel and not be so analytical about it, about the pros and all that, but sometimes I can't help myself. And for whatever reason, I feel this way towards novels and visual text than shows. Shows and movies and all that, I'm not as sharp when it comes to the decisions being made on the show. Like I'll watch it and I'll be like, oh, this is fun. This is great or whatever. But for whatever reason, I will, whenever I read something, I will zoom in on the choice of word used and try to associate that with the context of, you know what I mean? Go way too much in detail. And that's not to, and this is not to say I don't miss stuff. I miss plenty of things by overanalyzing novels like that. I'm not even trying to say my way of reading is better than anyone else. I think it's worse. But yeah, that's just how I do it. Which is why Yumi Neko's first episode is just, I really don't like that first episode. Of course it gets better. Yumi Neko does get better. But it's just way too slow. And I understand it sets stuff up. I realize that, but yeah. I think most people generally agree that that first episode isn't the greatest anyway. Excuse me. Tales of Arise show went well for the franchise. With all the critical acclaim it got, expansion content that it got that no one liked. Is it on Steam, that expansion content? You know, my cousin does own Tales of Arise, by the way. I could play Tales of Arise if I wanted to. Does he have DLC? Oh, he has the premium costume pack. Whatever that means. What's in the premium costume pack? There's a lot of costumes. It's just costumes. Huh? What? Why is it $24.95? What? What's in this bundle? It's just a chest. Holy crap! All this for $15.95. Yikes! Oh, of course you can spend money for money. Christ. What's even the point? What's even the point of playing a game if you can just buy your way to... I really disagree with the idea of buying power in anything. And this is quite flagrant about it. I was going to say fragrant, like the smell. Why is this one $8? Why would you buy this? Oh hey. Arrange BGM pack. At least this one, like the costume is scummy. The additional costumes is scummy, but at least these are references to Zestiria, and there's an arranged BGM pack. So $25 is slightly more justifiable. The existence of this doesn't matter because the game sucks. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at this guy. Nowhere near the price. Yikes. Wait, did I read that right? Sword Art Online collaboration pack. 27 mixed. Why would it be mixed? Because of the price? Very overpriced. Wow. Oh, it's mostly positive now. We've seen your review already. Yeah. That DLC is pretty bad. That's a pretty scummy practices there. So, I mean, my issue is as well. Why don't you just cheat engine that at that point? Why don't you just use cheat engine? Give yourself 100,000 gold and call it a day. Why do you have to spend money? I guess that question is more for other people actually, because it's like, I don't know. Is it really that hard to learn how to cheat engine? I guess people just want to play the game. But if you're just playing the game, why would you want to buy that DLC? I don't know. I'm sure most people have not bought that, I think. I like to think I have enough faith for humanity that people would not just buy that DLC. Especially for a single player game. Well, that's funny. Man, if only Mighty Number 9 had that kind of DLC. If we gave more money to it in a Kickstarter, it would have reached the Kickstarter the Kickstarter goal of DLC. It would have reached that, you know? If you gave more money. What do you mean it got enough money to get a 3DS port, but there's no 3DS port? What do you mean that's the case? What do you mean Keiji Inafune is really bad at project management? What do you mean?
How How best to contend with this threat? Let us accept.
I can't win at all in this Mahjong game.
We would do well to review our strategy.
It's better than nothing. Yeah. I can't. Yeah, there are people that do say it's better than nothing. Like, okay, I feel like at this point, I feel like nothing is better, and nothing did happen for the 3DS owners. So yeah, that's very cool. Sure. I can't really get another Yaki. I have a Dora. I got a Dora tile there. I will still admit that the anime fan on prom night line is pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny. More in the fact that they said it than the line itself.
How best to contend with this threat?
But all this evolved from me talking about how I might be too dismissive towards visual novels in general. I don't think I've experienced enough of the genre to know if I have a preference towards visual novels or not. And that's a weird thing for me to say, considering I played a lot of DS visual novels. It's an official interpreter for Inafune, making it seem like it was said by Inafune himself. Is that something that... Okay, so that's how it's translated, right? But did Inafune really say that? Or was that the interpreter saying that? I want to say it's both. I want to say Inafune did say that, because that would make sense to me. Oh shit! I didn't mean to discard that. I might be in free return if I don't get a 4 or a 1.
For a
Whatever.
blessing, we have been spared the worst.
He didn't. The interpreter was adding his own statement. Oh, okay, that's pretty scummy. That is pretty scummy. 789 367 789. There's potential here. If I can start stealing, that'd be good. I think part of the reason why I'm not also really learning how to play Mahjong just by without needing prompts is that I'm not paying too much attention to the flow of it right now. I'm kind of just like clicking buttons really. 84 is a company known for its professional conduct. Is it still around? Oh, it's still around. Oh, so they mainly do localization. Hmm. It's not how Nisa continue to exist, considering I hate everything about the parent company makes. I was gonna say, like, it doesn't seem 8.4 is as bad as Nisa, but it's kinda... It's kinda, It's a very, A very interesting... Like, looking at the gameography, looking at the games they've done. So, okay, 24... So they did Japanese to English for Metal Gear Rising with Vengeance. So, this is interesting. So they have like a pretty decent localization history. And then we get to Azure Striker Gunvolt, where it was just bad. It's just really bad. They did Undertale in terms of English to Japanese. Really spotty record. Some of the games I would say they did a decent job. They're both horrible to the point where the comparison is meaningless. Yeah, maybe. Saga, Scarlet Grace, Ambitions. I don't remember the dialogue there being particularly good. Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't remember, unfortunately. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. So that one... I can see that they put their own work into... There's like a character that kind of speaks in a slang type of way. So it's possible 8.4 had their own influence there. Fire Emblem Awakening... So they did Fire Emblem Awakening Japanese to English? I'm a little suspect work now. I'm a little suspect. More than a little suspect thanks to Mighty Number 9, but... That being said, I don't think 8.4 has melted any consoles. That's a good thing. Has a Nisa game melted a console? Is that what you're suggesting? I know in Evo Japan, PS5 still has the problem of melting USB ports or whatever. Like, that's still an issue. So much so they have to have like a giant fan pointed at the console to cool it down.
With this threat.
Did I just got a 9 dot? Okay, no I didn't. I'm trying to get a 7, 8, and 9 here. I'll hold on to the 6 for now in case I get a... That's the only mill that can make. The Azure Striker Gunvolt localization and the obviously Mighty Number 9 and the other stuff, yeah. I'm a little suspect. I'm way more suspect of their work now. I should have stolen that one. I should have stolen that one. I should have stolen that one. Wasn't paying enough attention. There's 2 9. Damn it, man. There's 2 9 tiles already discarded there.
Should be our fate. Mayhap the stars will favor our next hand.
Behemoth just wanted to win so that I wouldn't be the dealer. You know how much this sucks if you're not the dealer and you're already losing? Like, this is like, would a person even want to continue playing at this point? I have the benefit of playing against AI guys here, but I can't, you can't just leave. I mean, I guess you could just leave in person, but people would look at you funny for doing that.
How best to contend with this threat?
I would say that I would have said like no, there's already instances of people being too salty over fighting games, and that's been recorded. So I guess Mahjong wouldn't be any different.
For a blessing, we have been
Okay.
spared the worst.
I mean, there's a very infamous Street Fighter 4 clip of also that was my worst Mahjong round yet. There's like a, let me see if I can. Rico the Salt Maker. Yeah. It's where Sanford Kelly gets so salty they throw their stick. And somebody just smiles in front of the camera. Yeah. I guess that, yeah. The JP M-Bomb playbase is notorious for, oh yeah, for being salty. Yeah. And you understand why, right, Urson? Think of solo queuing in League, right? That's point one. Think of doing that. This is M1 is a 2v2 game. You have to solo queue if you want to increase your rank, or you have to pair with another guy. And number two, your partner can int and just be really bad at the game, or whatever the case is, can just die too often, and if they die too often, then you lose. So that game is very soul-inducing if you let it be. I don't know, I'm just remembering I'm throwing finals. Oh yeah. Yeah. Also, it's arcade as well, so money is on the line. Your credits on the line in Japan. So that's the third point of why people can get salty. So yeah, I totally understand the salt there. It's if you're trying to like up your rank in solo queue, you have to hope that your partner is not gonna get hit. The bare minimum is that your partner knows how to dodge. If they don't, then you will be the saltiest person in your life because you don't even get to play. Because everyone will just be aiming your partner. And the enemy, your opponents will know how to dodge and know how to dodge you. And they know that the other guy that they're aiming, they don't have to worry about dodging. So there's two people looking at you, dodging your shots, and they're not even concerned about your partner because your partner sucks. It's like, and you don't know what's happening with your partner. Like, are they bad? Or do they just have a bad day? Like, you don't know what's going on. So the salt from that is just so understandable. It's like playing League. It's like playing League. It is exactly like playing League. So I completely understand. You can't imagine playing with strangers, at least on the same team. Yeah, exactly. It's just I mean, I have, and it was fun. I'm kind of like, when I was in Japan, I was the same as you, because I didn't really care about my rank, because I was going to be in Japan only for a short while, right? But I'm not, obviously not a citizen. Obviously not. I don't live in Japan. So me ranking up in Gundam, I didn't really care all that much. And most of the games I was like, oh yeah, this is fun. I'm just shooting my beam. I was that person. And maybe on the other side, my partner was extremely salty. I was that bad. You never know. I was that exact person of, oh yeah, I shoot the funnels, yeah. I was that exact person. So yeah. So I have to think about it for the other perspective. Maybe the other guy is so good and I'm so bad, and yeah, yeah. Just, it's salt heavy game. And Taiko, and I have heard that Taiko is sort of a salty game as well, but maybe you have more perspective on this, but I don't know. I don't think it's, first of all, it's not as salty as Mbon, but second of all, is it really something in Taiko to be salty over? We're just gonna do this expert just once, because I want to continue talking. Like, yeah, you miss your note. You miss your perfect note. I guess, is that something to get salty over? Is it really that big of a deal if you get a good on one note compared to a great on others? To me, I really don't. It doesn't really matter. I'm like, ah, dang it, I got a great. That's how I feel generally. Stepping breaks target lock? Yeah. Yeah, if your partner doesn't know how to do that, now it's less likely because you're going to be playing in ranked, and you know, yeah, either hell is a thing, but it's not going to be that much of a thing. But yeah, if they don't know, you don't even know how to do that, then you're screwed for that match and you wasted your money. The fact that you have to spend money for each match, or not, because okay, so how it works is that you spend like 100 yen or however much it is, you spend a coin, and as long as you continue winning, then you can continue playing. But if you lose once, then you have to pay again. That's how that works. So your money's on the line. You gotta win if you want to continue playing. So that's that already fosters a pretty toxic environment. Why am I just dying? And why are these enemies not dying quick enough? Is it because I'm being healed? I can't tell. Within games you get angry at yourself because you know that you're capable. I can probably understand that point. Like if you're really trying to get a high score, if you're like if you're like a player like that, I can probably see why you would maybe get salty. I guess with rhythm games, some arcades tell the character to end your entire credit if you fail a song. Oh really? I feel like every that's interesting. I feel like every rhythm game I've seen in an arcade, they give you like a set amount of songs before you're not allowed to play anymore. Maybe the knowledge that you've wasted a song on the failure, maybe? I don't know. But I think with Taiko, I think it's not because I've heard I heard a lot more Taiko machines getting destroyed than usually other arcade machines, and I think it's just what I've heard is that it's just like drunk people banging on the machines. That's usually the reason why Taiko machines are more destroyed, and everyone knows what a Taiko is. It's primarily an old school rhythm game convention. In modern times, most capture that you pay your whole credit even if you fail. Oh yeah, there's the point of if you fail the song, you don't even get an attempt at the rest of the song as well, right? That part can be pretty aggravating. But at that point, if you're not... Oops, I spent my 2 minutes. I was not really focused. Give me that. Oh, I already have it. The operator can still set up the cap to kill your credit on fail though. Yeah, they can do that. I feel like, although, yeah, they can do that. But I feel like Japanese arcade operators, they're pretty nice, I feel like, because they will... If you've been trying at a crane machine a couple of times, they will just give you the thing that you're trying to get, right? Most of them will. There's probably like the one person who won't do that. Probably the one arcade operator that won't do that for you. So that's probably an unlikely thing to happen, but I guess it could happen. Maybe at the beach house it can happen. If the beach house has any rhythm games, which I doubt they have. Oh wait, they have DDR. Okay, never mind. Do they have DDR? I'm actually considering walking to Glenelg because I've been going out on walks lately, but I want to do like a somewhat extended walk at some point. I want to go to Glenelg, go to the beach house, see what they have, because I haven't been to the beach house in such a while. It'd be cool to go back there. I'm hoping they still have the Afterburner Climax cab. That'd be cool. Unfortunately, I highly doubt they still have the Tekken 6 cab. Or, is it Tekken 6 or Tekken 5? Either way, I doubt they have that anymore. Even though it'd be extremely cool if they did have it. You know, surprisingly, despite the few times I've been to the beach house as a kid, I've never actually done any of the aquatic activities there. If you can believe that, I just only went there for the arcades. That's pretty funny to think about nowadays. Like, it's called the beach house, but I didn't go there for the beach. I didn't go there for any water stuff whatsoever. It was about the Afterburner climax and the Guitar Heroes. I remember that they had a Guitar Hero machine before. I don't know if they still have it now. But yeah, Mbon is known for being pretty soul-inducing for good reason. I mean, if you really think about it, League is really soul-inducing. It's exactly the same as League if you're trying to solo queue. It's a lot better. Obviously, it's a lot better with a partner, right? With someone to raid with, to play with. It's because I'm playing FF14 right now. I've also heard that Bomber Girl can be pretty assault-inducing as well. And I think that's the League effect. It's another League effect where you can be queued up with other bad people as well. I mean, Bomber Girl is basically League, isn't it? It is a MOBA, so naturally you would assume that sort of thing to be assault-inducing. Bomberman is a assault game at its core. Oh yeah, definitely. You're right about that. To me, I think Bomberman is like it's like a haha funny kind of assault. Like, oh no, I trapped myself with the bomb kind of deal. When there's ranked on the line, and it's not as much of a party game as Bomberman is in general. Yeah. The moment you turn it into a MOBA. With like character abilities and whatever. Man, I want to go to Japan again. I want to go to Japan again. There's like a... What was that prefecture called? I wanna go to Japan on my own terms. So when I went to Japan, it was mostly through my cousin's schedule, and I'm grateful for that. But usually, some of the stuff that they went to a lot of different areas of Japan. By extension, me as well, because we went to like we went to Osaka, we went to Tokyo, we went to Nara, like all around Japan using the bullet trains in not that much time. We weren't given that much time to have a break and to stay in the city or even in Osaka. We only went to Osaka for Nintendo Land. So if I ever go to Japan again, I would want to go to 2 specific cities. Tokyo, because I didn't really experience all of Tokyo. I did not have the time to do my walk around Shibuya and play the Tui soundtrack. I haven't done that yet. So that's a problem. And I wasn't able to fully appreciate the King of Fighters crossing area in Akihabara. So there's still way more things I just want to sightsee in. Was it guided? It wasn't guided. It wasn't guided. It was more... It wasn't guided so much as we had to go to these places in order to, well, attend certain events like Nintendo Land and whatever. We spent more time in Tokyo, to be fair. I want to say we spent a decent amount of time in Tokyo. We were also in Kyoto as well. Yeah, Kyoto was another place we went. Acho was really fun to go to, but we didn't spend too much time in Kyoto, unfortunately. So we were just going to these other cities and not spending as much time as we probably should, and we were really tired at the end of it. There were too many things to go to, I think. I would never accept a guided tour, by the way. I don't think guided tours are something I would want to do. Because, I don't know, because with a guided tour, it's kind of, you increase your chances of not being able to experience the part of the city you want to experience. For example, what if I want to do the arcade culture of Tokyo? Guided tour is not going to do that. What if you just want to eat konbini food? And not at the restaurants, because konbini food is actually really good. And you shouldn't just be going for restaurant food like my group did. My family group did. So, yeah, it's like a... yeah. In some ways, my family trip was similar to a guided tour. In some ways. Well, you know what's also in Shibuya? The Beyblade Training Center? That would have been fun to visit at least once if I had known that existed. And I wasn't able to go to the Kamen Rider, the diner, because I didn't have the time to. Like one of the places I wanted to go and I couldn't go there. It's unfortunate that 7-Eleven has a non-competition with OTR. But at the same time, Western and Asian 7-Eleven are just not the same. No, they're not. No. Yeah, they're definitely not. Where else can I get a natto roll? Nowhere but Japan. Like, well, I guess that's understandable though. You know what? I'm invoning this. I'm getting uptime. Yeah. Ooh, what's this? What are these? Okay. Give me that. Someone else got it. Was it Shizuku? No, Shizuoka. I want to visit Shizuoka. Is that the one on the that's near the coast? Because I've heard that Shizuoka Prefecture is where a lot of the model kit building stuff is, and we never even were able to go there, even for one day. I don't think anyone in the family was interested in that, but I would be the only one interested in Shizuoka. Because Shizuoka is where it's like the home to Tamiya and Hasegawa. Tamiya and Hasegawa being the model kit manufacturers, and they also have this, which I thought is pretty fun. That's a pretty fun sign to have. It would have been fun to visit, and it's next to the coast as well, so I'm sure it would have been interesting for the view. Maybe. Anyway, I am definitely gonna call it here now. I think it's time to stop. So tomorrow is Thursday, so that will be a no stream. Oh, So the thing is, it's somewhat likely that we'll be able to beat it tomorrow, though. It's pretty likely we'll beat it tomorrow. Because M8S, the only two mechanics we have left to do is Lone's Wolf Lament, Hero's Blow. Is there anything after that? Oh yeah, the adjusted ultraviolet ray, which is the conga, which shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, it's the ultraviolet ray. Is there anything after it? And then it's enrage. So there's only three mechanics we have left to learn. And they're not too bad, so maybe I'll stream tomorrow. Because yeah, we might be able to finish it tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, probably something I'll do. I might not end up talking too much tomorrow because I want to be focused. Today was kind of just like a whatever, do the reclear kind of day. Tomorrow might be a win, so that might be fun. Alright, I think, yeah, but I'm gonna call it today now. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I guess tomorrow I'll stream, and hopefully we get that clear. Alright, bye-bye everybody, bye-bye, bye-bye.